Hello, my name is Amy. Welcome back to your mat and welcome to this short practice to help reboot, give us a reset to your whole energetic system. So we're going to work through some poses to help freshen things up a bit. This is great to do anytime, but especially maybe after you've had a long weekend, you've had a lot going on. In my case, I went away for a wedding for the weekend, and so it's just nice to have a nice little reset. So we'll get started on all fours. No props are needed. And we're gonna simply start with some cat and cow. So go ahead, if you know what you're doing there, go ahead and get started. I'm actually gonna place the other way here. So go ahead and get started on your cat and cows. And we're just gonna do a few rounds of those. So inhale, arch the lower back, look up. Exhale, round in and look in. Inhale, arch the lower back, look up. And exhale and round in. A few more on your own. Just warm up the spine here. Always good to give a little lubrication to the spinal column. Just get the whole body here involved. Come back to a neutral spine, and we're gonna do thread the needle with the arms. So you're just gonna I'm gonna take my right arm and reach it up overhead. Give it a nice stretch and reach up as if you're reaching toward the leaves on the trees, as I am. And then exhale and bring it behind that left arm and bring your right cheek down to the ground. And we're going to stay here for a few breaths. So in today's class, this is inspired by the meridian theory of Chinese medicine. And so we have meridians that run all through our body. And what we're doing with these yoga poses, we're helping to influence those energetic channels. So it can just be a really nice reset for the body anytime you need it. You can put this on repeat. Take some breaths there. You can do this anytime and as often as you like. Inhale and come up. Go ahead and reach that right arm up again toward the ceiling there. In my case, toward the trees. And then exhale and bring that right arm down. Same thing on the other side. So we'll go left arm up. So inhale, reach up. And exhale, bring that left arm behind the right. And now you're going to have the left side of your temple is down on the ground. And I'm just using my right arm here as a kickstand. So we're just threading the needle here, working through the shoulders. So I won't go into all the detail of all the different meridians that we're covering, but we are hitting a little something for each one of the 5 elements. So if you're familiar with all of that, then you'll know that we're hitting all that. And if you're not, and that doesn't really resonate with you, that's okay. You can let all that go and just go through the poses. So the poses have a lot of benefits besides just opening up energetic channels. They also just help the body in general. And then inhale and rise that left arm up again, up overhead, and then come back to all fours. And here we're going to do another round of cat-cow, so go at your own pace. Just do that to kind of flush that out a little bit before we move on to the next pose. Back to neutral spine, and now we're just going to step that right foot forward and come into a low lunge. So I'm leaving that back knee down. Now you can choose to stay more upright in this pose, or you can sink further down. So if your quads are feeling tight, I suggest stay more upright. If you're really feeling like your hip flexors need it more, then go deeper into this bend. Either way, I'm going to stay more behind in the middle or so. Either way, we're going to do a little side bend over to the right. So my right hand is on my right knee, left arm is up, and you're just going to side bend over to the right. So we're working on this side body. You're also getting something through those quads, through the hip flexors, depending on which configuration you're in, and possibly other places. We all feel this in different places. Breathe here through this. I'm going to stay for just a few breaths, a few rounds of breath to really have a meaningful impact. And then go ahead and come back upright, plant your hands, step back to all fours, and then other side, left foot forward. You decide what kind of bend you want, deep bend or stay more upright. Same idea, we're gonna now bend to the left. Left hand on your left leg, right arm up, and now we're gonna side bend over to the left. So now we're open up to the left side of the body. So it's very interesting, the more I learn about this whole meridian system, it now makes me understand why I like yoga so much and why I feel so good after a yoga practice, because it actually is influencing those meridians. And there's more and more research now that's coming out and it's actually proving that. So it's very interesting to see how these poses can have a deep, meaningful impact throughout the whole body, all the way into the organ systems. Take another breath there, and then come all the way back up. And now let's come to all fours. And from here, we're actually gonna come all the way down into our stomachs for a moment. We're gonna do a few rounds of Cobra. So we're gonna plant our hands next to our chest, forehead on the ground to begin with. And then on the inhale, you're gonna come up into any level up of Cobra you'd like. So yours could be a lower Cobra, medium, or high. But really the point here is you really wanna keep the shoulders drawn back. You don't want them to be curling in. So rise yourself up on an inhale, look forward, and then exhale, come down, and do that 2 more rounds on your own. So inhale and coming up, shoulders down the back, really open up, right here, and then exhale, come back down. And once more, inhale, rise up, maybe a little deeper in your Cobra this time, or maybe the same. And then exhale, lower all the way back down, come back up to all fours. And now from here, we're gonna step forward with our right foot and go ahead and come on up for just a moment, looking forward, and then you're gonna plant that back left foot into Warrior One. So hips are squared toward the front of the room, right leg is deeply bent. And here we're gonna use our arms, and another arm variation. Instead of going straight up, we're gonna come into cactus arms. So you're gonna bring your arms up like either goalpost or like cactus, and really open the chest, but without flaring out the ribs here. So you're really trying to keep the stomach here tucked in, the ribs tucked in, but opening up the chest. So the chest is opening bright, the arms are out and opening, but you're trying to keep the ribs from flaring out. Breathe here for a couple of rounds. You can bend deeper into that front foot if you like, or that front leg if you wanna challenge yourself a little bit more here. And then exhale, plant your hands back to all fours for a brief moment. Before we go to the other side, let's just have a moment here just to relax back into child's pose and just take in what we've done so far. Forehead to the mat. You can stay more upright if you like, whatever works for you. Let's just stay here and rest before we go to the other side. So this class was inspired, as I said. This weekend we went to a wedding. We had a 4-hour drive to go to that, and on the way back, I felt myself just not myself. I was irritable, I was tired, I was a little frustrated, just the long drive, all of those things. And it kind of inspired me to get on my mat, and I did a wonderful practice today that really helped kind of reset my system. So I wanted to share with you guys a little something to help reset your systems. Now this is a short class, so I can't promise anything amazing, but even a little short reset can have a benefit. Come up to all fours. Now step your left foot forward. Bring that back knee up, look forward, and then plant that back foot. Come into your Warrior One. Deep bend in that left foot, and then bring your arms up again into cactus shape. So we're gonna come into that shape again, but now with the left foot forward, or left leg forward, and the left foot. They are attached. And again, try not to let the ribs like really flare out. You really want to keep those in line with the hips, but you're really working to open that chest. So I think it's good to share, with you guys a little bit of the behind the scenes or the things that happen in life and some of the things that actually inspire some of these practices and how I have used yoga to help me in my practice. Breathe there a couple more rounds. And then exhale, we're gonna step forward at this time. And now we're gonna this one's gonna be a little balance challenge, but we're gonna also work to open the quad a little bit, work on the quads. So if you need to go to something and to help you balance, go for that. If not, we're gonna try this. I'm gonna try without balance, without having something to hold on to, so we'll see what happens. We're gonna balance on the left foot to start with. And all you're gonna do is just bend that right knee up, catch a hold of that foot, and let your knee point directly down to the ground. And look out in front of you at a point that will help you keep your focus and your gaze and your balance. And you should feel this all along the quad here. A nice little stretch there along that front part of your leg there, from the knee up. tall. Breathe here. You can always reach with it if you need to. If you fall out, come back in. I'm keeping my focus here, so I'm not looking at the camera right now, but this helps me balance. And then drop that foot, shake that out a minute, and now we'll go to the other side. So stand on that right leg, and the same thing. Bend that knee, catch a hold of that left leg, left foot, and keep that left knee bent, pointed down toward the ground. And you can bring the foot in as close as you want, or it can stay further out, whatever works for you, but you should feel this in the front of your leg there, from the knee up. And do what you need to do to keep your balance. Look out in front of you, breathing here. Breath helps. A steady gaze helps. Not talking while you're trying to do this also helps, but I don't have that privilege to not talk, or guide you, I should say. And release that, shake that out, and lower your leg to the ground. Okay, now we're gonna come into a wide-legged seat here. So I'm gonna finish up with this last pose. So you can decide how wide you want this to be. This can either be, you could be closer in, you could be further out, you could be further out than I am, whatever works for you. And in this case, we're going to flex our toes because we won't be here very long. So flex the toes, sit up nice and tall. You can stay here if you want, because you might already feel this along the hamstring, the back of your legs. If you do, stay here. If not, fold forward any amount, whatever works for you for today. Don't push it, but come to an edge. You know, we don't want to not have some sensation, but we also don't want to overdo it either. We really want to be able to feel that all the way in the back of the legs there. So we're working through the hamstrings. So yoga has so many benefits, and I have certainly found that it is a great balancer for me. It is a great equalizer, a great boost, whatever I may be going through, whether I'm frustrated, whether I'm tired, whether I'm fatigued, whether I'm exhausted, whether I'm happy and I just want to have a little movement practice, whatever it could be. Maybe I'm a little heated from something that's been going on. Yoga has this amazing ability to just help with all of the different things that we go through in life. So I'm glad you guys were able to join me for this class. I hope that this has been helpful for you. Let's go ahead and inhale and come all the way back up. And you're welcome to lie back in Shavasana if you like to finish out the class. You've got a few more minutes before you're at the 15-minute mark, so you got plenty of time if you want to just lay back if that time allows. If not, thank you for joining me. And I did forget to mention at the beginning of the video, as you can see, I'm in a residential neighborhood. I'm actually in Indianapolis visiting family, so I'm using their backyard right now. So still in nature, just in a little neighborhood. But thank you for joining me, and until next time, I hope this was helpful.